virtual class of social science. Students, in our last lecture, we had started with our chapter 1, Rise of British Rule in India. In my last lecture, I explained you about Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. I also told you that how these two wars, these two battles laid the British foundation in India. After the Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey, Britishers, they laid their foundation in India, and slowly and gradually they expanded their rule. So today we are going to study that how slowly and gradually they expanded their rule. Different governor generals were appointed and what policies they adopted, how they expanded their company's rule, that we are first of all that we are going to study today. Students, after Battle of Buxar in 1773 AD, Regulating Act was passed. In that act, it was the new post for Governor General was created. Nawab of Bengal was made the Governor General. Students, this Warren Hastings, he was made the first Governor General. Many times this question is asked that who was first Governor General of Britishers in India? So it was Warren Hastings. During his reign, the first Maratha War was fought and second War of Mysore with Hyder Ali was also fought. These Governor Generals were given the task of expanding their company's rule. So they had to face many opponents. So they had to wage the war. So during this Warren Hastings reign, first war of Maratha and second war of Mysore was fought. After Warren Hastings came Cornwallis. After Warren Hastings came Lord Cornwallis. During his reign, third war of Mysore was fought against Tipu Sultan. You must be knowing, you must have heard about Tipu Sultan. He was famously known as Tiger of Mysore. But Cornwallis Britishers, they joined hand with Marathas and Nizam. उन्होंने मराठास और निजाम्स के साथ हाथ मिला लिए. So Tipu Sultan was defeated. He was a very powerful and strong warrior, but because of their combined forces, he could not stand. He was defeated, and finally he had to accept the British conditions. He had to sign a treaty with them. After Cornwallis came Sir John Shore. He was a very strict ruler. He had very rigid ideas. So state rulers were not happy with him. Company's fame declined. ये काफी स्ट्रिक्ट थे अपनी पॉलिसीज पे, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट कंपनी का जो फेम था, जो रूल था, वो कम होता गया. सो टू अगेन इंक्रीज द कंपनी सुप्रीमेसी, कंपनी की सुप्रीमेसी फिर से बढ़ाने के लिए लॉर्ड वेस्ली वाज अपॉइंटेड. ओके, एंड लॉर्ड वेस्ली he introduced subsidiary alliance system. Okay, now this subsidiary alliance system, what was it, what was its terms and conditions, that I am going to explain you in detail. Okay, it is one of the important question asked many times. See, subsidiary alliance system में क्या था, that Britishers offered the states के जो rulers थे, they were offered that the British army would be given to them, and in turn they had to pay for this army and all that. That was subsidiary alliance systems. There were many terms and conditions of this system. First condition was that Britishers will provide army to these states. Second, in turn, उसके बदले में जो states थे, जो rulers थे states के, उनको British army को पे करना होगा और equivalent provisions देने पड़ेंगे उनको. Third condition, it was that Britishers or these state rulers, they would not sign any treaty or wage any war without the permission of Britishers. Britishers के permission के बिना जो ये state rulers थे वो किसी के खिलाफ war नहीं कर सकते, कोई treaty या कोई agreement नहीं sign कर सकते. And next, fourth term and condition was that they would not employ any foreigner. बराबर, जो स्टेट्स ये सब्सिडरी अलायंस सिस्टम ट्रीटी साइन कर रहे हैं वो कोई भी दूसरा फॉरेनर लाइक पोर्टुगीज है, फ्रेंच है, उनको अपने स्टेट में नहीं आने देंगे। एंड लास्टली द कंडीशन वाज that in state assembly one British representative would always be present. So these were the terms and conditions of subsidiary alliance systems. The states, जो states ने ये पहले subsidiary alliance system accept किया, those who signed the treaty were Nizam, Mysore, Awadh, Gaikwad, Scindia, Bhosle and Holkar. These were the states who signed this treaty of subsidiary alliance system. Firstly, what happened, students? That these state rulers were happy. The subsidiary alliance system was like sweet poisoning. बराबर, जैसे किसी को कैसे धीरे धीरे जहर दिया जाता है। पहले जो ये स्टेट्स रूलर्स थे उनको लगा they were happy कि हमें तो ब्रिटिशर्स आर्मी दे रहे। ब्रिटिशर्स ऑलरेडी 2 बैटल ऑफ प्लासी एंड बुक्सर जीत चुके थे। They had a powerful army. So these state rulers thought कि हमें तो एक आर्मी मिल रही है, हमें एक प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है। But what happened? Slowly, these rulers were made the slave. British started slowly and gradually ruling these states. So this was a subsidiary alliance system introduced by Wesley. Then Wesley asked Tipu Sultan of Mysore to accept this subsidiary alliance system, but he denied. उसने मना कर दिया. He denied to become the slave of them. So a war was waged against Tipu Sultan. Fourth Mysore War was fought, and in that Tipu Sultan was defeated and he died. Then came, after Lord Wesley, came Lord Hastings. He waged a war on Nepal and made to Gurkhas to join his army. उसने नेपाल के जो गुरखास थे उनको अपनी आर्मी में मिला लिया, and then army became more and more powerful. After Warren Hastings came William Bentinck. William Bentinck is considered to be an liberal ruler. Looking to companies' imperialistic policies, he thought states were not happy, लोग happy नहीं हैं, states happy नहीं हैं, so he adopted some of the liberal policies. So he is known as a liberal ruler. After that came Lord Dalhousie. Lord Dalhousie, he was a strong imperialist. Imperialist यानी जो सबको अपने कब्जे करना चाहता है, अपने अंडर रूल में लाना चाहता है. He was dead. He adopted the policy of annexation. Okay, I am going to explain you this policy of annexation. That what was this in that? In this policy, he annexed all the kingdoms, many of the kingdoms under one or other pretext. एक या दूसरी वजह से one by one ये काफी सारे kingdoms under rule लाते गए. That was policy of annexation. Now I am going to explain you that which kingdoms and under which pretext he annexed that kingdoms. Students, as I told you, Dalhousie started with the policy of annexation, and under one or other pretext he annexed many of the states. See, under an annexation by war. Okay, he annexed the states of Punjab and Pegu by waging a war. Then he annexed many of the kingdoms who died without having a heir. Heir means they were not having any son. Okay, जो भी kings थे जिनके कोई भी son वगैरह नहीं थे, so their kingdom were annexed under this annexation policy. Kingdoms of Satara, Jodhpur, Sambalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi, Bhagat and Nagpur. These all states were annexed under this policy. You must be knowing about Jhansi. Okay, Rani Lakshmi Bai. You must have heard our story, seen the movie also recently. It was released. That King Gangadhar Rao also died without leaving a son. So Rani Lakshmi Bai, she adopted the son, but Britishers did not accept that son and tried to annex her kingdom. Under the pretext of mismanagement, Awadh was annexed. Under the pretext of debt collection, जिनसे debt collect करना था, अगर वो नहीं दे पा रहे थे तो their province was annexed. That was Nizam's province. Then annexation under the namesake, जिनका भी rule इतना powerful नहीं है, only namesake के लिए है. That states were also annexed. Karnataka and Tanjore, they were annexed under this rule. Dalhousie, I told you, he was a strong imperialist, but along with that he was considered as a strong reformist. Why? time, first railway line was started in India from Mumbai to Thane in 1853 AD. Also, he started wireless services in India. Public department work was also started during his time. He also started English education, and along with that, he also banned child marriages in India. Students, you know, in olden days, काफी सारे evil customs थे, child marriages, you must be knowing. So he banned that child marriages and advocated widow remarriages. So he did so many reforms, so he is also considered as a reformist. This question is asked many times that Dalhousie was considered as a reformist. So in that you will write all this. That he started a first railway line, he started public work department, he started wireless services, he banned child marriages and advocated widow remarriages. So these were all governor generals who led to companies' rule supremacy in India. One by one they came, they adopted their own policies, and slowly and gradually after the Battle of Plassey, within the span of 100 years, this British East India Company got the supremacy in India. And they had many good and bad effects on us that we are going to study further. Okay students, today we have learned about different governor generals, their policies. So please go through this, read thoroughly from your textbook so you can understand you can understand about them. Go for the subsidiary alliance system, policy of annexation, you can easily read from textbook. And in our next session, we are going to study about social and economic impact of this company on our India.